So making money off Facebook, it plays a part in because they just sent me a notification to start earning on Facebook and creating those reels. Y'all ever heard of the reels? It cannot have the TikTok logo on it. So a lot of people take the reels from TikTok and put it on Facebook reels. That doesn't count. So that's one way you can make money, Bishop. And then the second way to connect with your audience and those people that watch you or your service, you comment. You hit in the comment section and you just start engaging with them, calling them by name. If you're doing like a personal session where you're not necessarily in church, but you are just doing like a live just to give them updates on what's been going on. Keep them in a loop, make people feel included. When people address me personally, I tend to want to connect with them because I'm not just a number. I'm not just a view. I'm actually somebody who, okay, they said, well, Jada, how are you doing? Jada, how's everything going with what you do? Get people to come and tell people to just drop their businesses under your post. Do stuff like that. Make them feel included. Hey, make a post. Everybody drop your business under this post. Comment what you do. Comment your links. Comment your social media. And then you interact with them in those comments. And that is how you really grow and connect with that audience as well. Because they'll start telling people, hey, go watch Bishop on Facebook Live. And there's some good things that he does. He connects with those he's watching. And there's a lady who does like a lot of Facebook stuff, and I won't say her name for personal reasons, but she connects with her audience. When she's on Facebook Live, she's calling them by name, asking how they doing. She's having a regular conversation with them, not just making them feel like they're a number. Or, it's not just thank you for watching. It's how you doing? Like, what do you do? Let me talk to y'all for a minute. Something like that.
To add to that, another way is um, tagging. Just how she showed you how to check in when you're going live. Tag people you want to come in. A lot of times we just go live and then we tell everybody to share, like, comment. Well, if you start tagging them and you tag
Yep.
them, they're going to get that notification that you're live, right? Another thing too is presentation.
Mm-hmm.
If you live and your sound is terrible, I don't want to listen to nothing you say.
Video fuzzy.
If your video, if you got an Android and I can't hardly understand. But yeah, but if the screen is blurry, your sound is distorted, all of these things are a turnoff. Churches, I often say this, churches, you can be mega without being mega. There are enough resources. One of the speakers, he's not here yet, but one of the speakers, Bishop Swinson, that's my brother. I'm going to tell you why. From the day we both started ministry, if he sees something I got, he said, Taylor, how you do that? I go over there, he got something, I say, Bishop, now you got to show me that. There's no competition. We're in this together. And when you learn to connect with people to show you how, I'll never forget, that TV right there on that wall is because Bishop Swinson. I called him and I asked him to hang these two. He said, now where your mom? I said, what? Now you need to be able to see the scripture now. And I'm like, what are you talking? Go get a TV and I'm going to put it up back there. I said, okay, yes, sir. So now watch this. So now when I'm preaching or ministering and that scripture comes, they think, oh, I know the word. Now I'm looking right there at this scripture. In the beginning, the Lord. So, and it goes back to presentation and connecting to people that don't mind helping you. Okay? And so I think that's one of the things, again, presentation is everything. You have to, if you live and you're trying to minister the word and the little baby, y'all ever seen a video on CNN where the man was doing a CNN broadcast during COVID and his little daughter ran in the room and he was trying to chase her and things like that are a turnoff to me. And so, going back to what she said, presentation. If I get on your live and you're not talking about nothing, the background there, because some people get on there and the slightest things turn them off.
Yeah.
I tell you, green screens. If you don't have a nice setup in your house, get you a green screen. That green screen make you look like you're in Paris and you're right there on Moncrief. Right? So different things like that. So yes,
keep in mind, being born in '57, it's just a whole new world.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Um, we have a website
Okay.
with no traffic. How do we fix that?
Make sure once, because it seems that you have more followers on social media, correct? Okay. So when you're going live or when you're doing anything in your captions and even in your live videos, you can pin your website. And that's how you can start getting traffic. Any chance you get, mention it. Yes. Yes. So in the comments and so so if you go on your live and type in the comments as a visitor would, there's a little pin that'll show up and you just click that. So it'll stay at the top of your comment section. So anybody that's commenting, they're gonna see it. It's not gonna get buried in 1,000 comments or anything like that. It's literally gonna stay right there at the top of the screen. Another good thing is hashtags. And that's a little different from the website, but hashtags and tagging go a long way, as Bishop said. When I'm posting on Instagram and I just got my hair done or something, I could hashtag frontal or, hair. And a lot of people who follow hair stuff will like it. I get a bunch of random likes from people because it shows up now in a hair feed. When I'm at church on Sundays or when I'm doing an event, youth revival, youth conference, a lot of people will comment and like who follow church stuff or youth events, stuff that's going on in the community. If I tag Jacksonville and whatever city or state you live in, if I tag Jacksonville, or most times I am in Ocala, I'll tag it and it brings traffic from both cities. So hashtags really help you out a lot because when you're searching for stuff on Instagram and you're looking for something, if you just type it in, it's going to show up in those hashtags. It's not in their caption. It's not in none of that. It's going to show up whatever they put in their hashtags.
And for those who like, what in the world is a hashtag? Y'all call it
It's the number sign, the pound sign, the pound sign. It's the pound sign.
Any other questions?
Are there classes on Instagram? You can find workshops on Instagram. I personally don't do them on Instagram.
There's some on YouTube.
YouTube, if you type in, you want classes on just how to grow your. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Bishop said you're not that old.
It's so natural for your generation.
Yes, ma'am.
We did not have this, and so we're learning. I think someone said yesterday, a freshman in this. We're not even a freshman. We're toddlers.
Okay.
It's not that I don't want to learn, but this is a whole new way of pastoring for us.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you say these different social media platforms, Instagram, okay.
You can connect them.
Okay.
If you don't want to worry about, and I'll actually write something, like get something together for y'all once I sit down so that before you have a better understanding. But it's kind of hard for me to explain it in a way that you understand. But there are apps that allow you to post, like make one post and it goes to all of your social medias. So I'll get that app for you, like things like that you guys can download and kind of just not have to. Yes, I got y'all.
Facebook does allow you to go in because it'll ask you if you want to connect to
Yeah.
or it asks if you want, and then when you're on TikTok, it'll ask if you want to connect to TikTok.
Yes. Or and Instagram. Yep. Yep.
And you just gotta kind of watch, or you can go into your settings and see if you can connect your different platforms together.
And I play around with it a lot. So, like playing around with it. And my job, like I work in technology. It's not necessarily marketing, but it's my job to figure stuff out. It's my job to break stuff down, troubleshooting. So and I do it virtually. So I'm trained to not have to see it in order to, how should I say, explain it. However, social media, I get that it's not, it wasn't out in your era when you first started this out and it's new. So I will personally like sit here and get something together for you guys, like when I sit down. Yes, ma'am.
Also,
And I'll share it with anybody else who
yeah,
want it.
and for everyone that registered, every PowerPoint, every website, all of that, after the summit is over, you're going to get another email with all of this information. But there's also a website called Fiverr,
Yep.
Fiverr. Fiverr is a lifesaver for busy people, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you can hire your graphic designer, you can hire somebody to manage your social media. Okay? And these individuals, that's their living. So you give them access to your business pages. You tell that they'll update your pages for you every day. They'll create content for you every day. And so, again, it goes back to what I said earlier. Being connected to people that have the resources and that do not mind giving you what they have. If you're around people and you see them thriving and they're going, and you ask them how to do that and they won't tell you, you're connected to the wrong person.
Yep.
You're connected to the wrong person, the wrong people. So, and let me say this. In our churches, and Minister West talked about this last night, learn to invest in people. Maybe you don't know how to do it, but get one of those young people and say, we're going to send you to school, or we're going to pay you to do X, Y, and Z. And they would be happy. You know why? Because they're not only learning it for the church, but now they're getting extra money in their pocket.
Yep.
And so sometimes we don't have to bear the burden of trying to do everything if we learn to outsource some things. Okay? All right? So any other questions? I think someone had a question over there. Yeah, the whole row. So her question must be pretty good. We're going to take her question, and after that, we're going to kind of take a break and get ready for our next session. Okay?
So I have a question. At my ministry, we're in the process of having a singles conference in July. And back in the day, when you wanted to invite other churches, you send them a letter in the mail and, like that. But of course, we're not in that age, with social media. So what are some tips that we can use to kind of get the conference out there other than the flyer and post it on our pages so that it's not just us at the conference? Like, even churches that we may not be affiliated with, but like, what are some nuggets we can use to kind of, make it stand out?
Something I just started doing, and it takes a lot of footwork sometimes, but if you don't want to physically go out and just drop the flyer off to people, like I know some churches will print the flyer out and go pass them out. We do it in Ocala at my church when I'm having stuff for the youth. But another thing I've started doing is when you look up those churches, like surrounding churches, they have an email listed on their social media somewhere. Just send a flyer email and, invite them and see what happens. It doesn't hurt because every church has somebody managing those emails. Somebody has to manage when, there's a booking request for the pastor or something. So there's somebody looking at it all of the time. And a lot of churches want to network and just don't know how to, like you said, because it's a lot different now. And so instead of just, taking a risk and going and maybe, getting shot down, just email it to people you don't even know because they may not know you're there sometimes. So if you don't have that social media presence, it's not that they don't come or they don't want to come. They don't know you exist yet. So just try emailing them. Get you an emailing list. When you send those emails, save the emails. So anytime moving forward, eventually, if they don't come to that one, eventually they'll say, this church really emails us a lot. Let's try to go over there and try to see what they have going on. They have a lot of stuff going on. They do a lot of events, and they're literally just on the move. They're big on outreach. That says a lot about you when you're doing stuff like that. So that's what I would recommend. Just trying to get those emails, capturing those emails, and Facebook still. Don't give up on Facebook and the post and all that other stuff. Just as Bishop said, try tagging people. Try using hashtags and stuff like that.
Another tool, again, and I'm going to give you with this one, I'll tell you to the church account.